brace yourself for a trip down memory lane as we unveil the top 10 ugliest cars of the 1970s. The 1970 Ford Thunderbird. The 1970 Ford Thunderbird has gained quite a reputation as one of the most polarizing cars of the 1970s. Its oversized frame, eye-catching front grille, and elongated body sparked intense debate among car enthusiasts and consumers. The distinctive design elements, especially the bold front grille and hefty body, have certainly kept people talking in the automotive world. The 1970 Ford Thunderbird may have had an unconventional appearance, but it offered a truly luxurious driving experience. Packed with various innovative features ahead of its time, this model pushed the boundaries of automotive design and technology. Some critics may have considered its design unattractive, but there's no denying that it left a memorable mark in the automotive history with its bold and distinctive style. 1970 Saab Sonett III. The third-generation Sonett was specifically tailored to appeal to American car buyers. In an attempt to cater to American preferences, the Swedes seem to have exaggerated the size of the front overhang, perhaps in jest. This resulted in an elongated front that was further accentuated by the inclusion of a large 5-mile-per-hour bumper. The combination of these design elements did not quite hit the mark, as the elongated front end sharply contrasted with the oddly abbreviated rear, creating unbalanced proportions. The Saab brand struggled to gain serious recognition in the American market until the launch of the 900 model. The Sonett III, known for its distinctive pop-up headlights and quirky overall styling, didn't quite appeal to everyone, leading to the car being labeled as ugly by some. However, it's crucial to remember that beauty is subjective, and some enthusiasts valued the Sonett III for its unique design and individuality. The 1973 Reliant Robin. The next entry on our list of the ugliest cars of the 1970s is none other than the infamous Reliant Robin. I mean, seriously, just look at it, and you'll find yourself asking, what were the engineers thinking when they created this shapeless three-wheel creature? We all know that three-wheel cars don't have to be ugly, but unfortunately, most of them are. The Reliant Robin's quirky design made it susceptible to tipping over, particularly on sharp turns. Not only was it considered unattractive, but it also seemed a bit desperate. Even its predecessor, the ironically named Reliant Regal, managed to maintain a hint of visual dignity, albeit barely noticeable. The Robin appears to be the quintessential choice for those who are unable to purchase a conventional car. With its simple and unadorned appearance and seemingly contented acceptance of being classified as a subpar vehicle, the Robin seems to implore us for even the slightest bit of affection, which many of us believe is well-deserved to be withheld. Additionally, the car's instability and propensity to tip over in specific circumstances have further contributed to its unfavorable reputation. The 1974 Bricklin SV-1. Malcolm Bricklin, the man behind the infamous Subaru 360 and Yugo, is a living testament to the impact of his automotive endeavors. His foray into creating his own vehicle resulted in the plastic-fantastic Safety Vehicle 1, which was visually unappealing and fell short in numerous other ways. Bricklin's automotive legacy is certainly one for the books. Check out the massive bumpers at the front and rear, the sleek gun-slit windows, and those 1970s-style turbine vane wheels that are straight out of a Chevy van with "Shaggin' Wagon" printed in eye-catching day-glow balloon letters on the side. The construction quality was extremely poor. The body panels were often misshapen even before they were installed on the chassis. The retractable headlights frequently malfunctioned, the cars leaked like they were made of cheesecloth, and the 90-pound gull-wing doors would often bend or break under pressure from their hydraulic actuators, and at times, they wouldn't open at all. The flawed electrical system frequently trapped owners inside the cars. Both visually unappealing and burdensome to possess, this was the unfortunate reality of the Bricklin SV-1. The 1974 Sebring Vanguard City Car, or the commuter car. Ever wondered how electric cars ended up with the reputation as glorified golf carts? Look no further than the city car, this brainchild, or perhaps brain fart. A company called Sebring Vanguard was quite literally a glorified golf cart, sporting a mere 2.5 horsepower motor, which was later upgraded to 6 horsepower, and a wheel chalk-shaped body that presumably cost tens of dollars to design. It's no wonder that this little electric car left a lasting impression. This vehicle boasted a 40-mile range and a 6.2-second acceleration to 60 miles an hour. Oops, my mistake. It actually accelerated to 25 miles per hour in that time, falling short of the original version's top speed by 3 miles per hour. In the late 70s, the design was purchased by Commuter Vehicles, rebranded as the Communicar, and outfitted with the comical bumper extensions you see here. It's unclear why these modifications were made, considering the car was inherently unsafe, putting the driver at risk of both physical danger and the humiliation of being seen in such a vehicle. The 1974 Vandenplas 1500. In the 1970s and 80s, the Detroit 3 faced scrutiny for their practice of badge engineering, essentially disguising an underwhelming car with a flashy grille. Transforming it into something extraordinary was practically a magical feat. British Leyland took this to the next level, turning awkwardness into an art form that seemed to spread across the canvas. Behold the Vandenplas 1500, a luxurious version of the unimpressive Austin Allegro. This car boasted a striking stand-up chrome grille, genuine leather seats, plush deep pile carpeting, and convenient fold-down walnut tables for the rear seats. These lavish features seemingly aimed to provide the owners with a comfortable setting to enjoy a meal, while anticipating the arrival of a tow truck. BL charged almost twice the price of the Allegro for this. It seemed like they were targeting buyers who might have looked at the Jaguar XJ6 and thought, "This is nice, but do you have something smaller and less impressive?" The 1975 AMC Pacer. The Pacer has quite a fascinating history. This little compact car started off with a pretty bad reputation. In fact, it was replaced by its successor only 4 years after its initial debut. Its unique features like the large glass area, bulbous fenders, and wide proportions really make it stand out. The Pacer's design was groundbreaking for its era, and it elicited a range of reactions over time. Despite initial mixed opinions, the Pacer eventually evolved into an iconic symbol of the 1970s as the years went by. The Pacer has carved out a unique place in automotive history, whether you love it or hate it. Despite its unconventional looks, this quirky two-door compact has become an iconic vehicle for the American automotive maker AMC. Interestingly, you might be surprised it has gained a notable following among affluent car collectors. The 1977 Lida Caballero. The Chevrolet Chevette was definitely not a showstopper. It was slow, noisy, and just plain miserable. However, one daring individual, Donald E. Steinbach of Port Falls, Idaho, decided to take matters into his own hands. He added a whopping 350 pounds of Bondo and fiberglass to transform his Chevette into a Frankencar with design elements reminiscent of the first-generation Monte Carlo. After his incredible makeover, he successfully sold the car for nearly double its original price. Amazingly, he made nearly 100 of these things, including a handful of El Camino-inspired pickup trucks that, if you can believe such a thing is possible, look even more ridiculous. Apparently, he named the car after his wife, grounds for divorce if you ask us. Though anyone's guess as to why he coupled that with a misspelling of the Spanish word for gentleman. Mr. Steinbach apparently lost his shirt during the whole work, so there is some justice in this universe. The 1978 Buick Century Oldsmobile Cutlass Aeroback. When reworking its popular mid-sized models, General Motors aimed for a European-inspired revamp of the Buick Century and Oldsmobile Cutlass. The company went for a hatchback design, thinking it would add a touch of European flair. However, the results were, well, less than impressive. Even though the Aeroback cars technically didn't have a hatchback, as they retained a traditional trunk lid, consumers didn't seem to mind, probably because they were too busy and were not interested in buying them. GM was so sure of its design that it didn't offer a traditional sedan version. Surprise! With only the conventional wagon and an attractive coupe, sales took a hit but didn't completely fizzle out. GM then quickly scrambled to get a proper sedan into production for 1980. Strangely enough, the two-door Aeroback managed to hold on until 1981. So if you've ever wondered why GM's styling seemed so bland through the 1980s, now you have the inside scoop. The 1970s AMC Gremlin. Did you know the Gremlin was once thought to resemble an airline sickness bag? Its unconventional hatchback styling and compact, quirky appearance have certainly sparked some strong opinions. Despite its unconventional looks, the AMC Gremlin, born out of a cost-cutting strategy and based on a shortened Javelin chassis, managed to defy expectations by selling a whopping 671,000 units over 8 years. It's a clear case of beauty being in the eye of the beholder. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Your support means the world to us.